There are specific technologies designed to change how your mind works, and most people have no idea they're being influenced by them every single day. When you hear the word technology, you probably think of computers or phones. But there's another category of technology that's even more powerful because it directly shapes your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. These are called psychotechnologies, and they're everywhere. Psychoanalysis was one of the first formal psychotechnologies. Freud developed specific techniques for accessing unconscious content through free association, dream analysis, and interpretation. Whether you agree with his theories or not, he created a systematic method for changing how people understand themselves and their motivations. Then came behavioral approaches that focused less on insight and more on changing actual behaviors. These evolved into cognitive behavioral techniques that target the connection between thoughts, feelings, and actions. The idea is that by changing your thinking patterns, you can change your emotional responses and behaviors. Neuro-Linguistic Programming took a different approach. NLP studies the patterns of successful people and breaks them down into learnable techniques. It focuses on how language and mental imagery influence behavior. Many sales and persuasion techniques you encounter daily are based on NLP principles. Hypnosis works by accessing altered states of consciousness, where the unconscious mind becomes more receptive to suggestion. This isn't about mind control like you see in movies. It's about creating focused attention states where new programming can be installed more easily. Coaching emerged as a more goal-focused approach. Instead of analyzing problems, coaching concentrates on identifying resources and strategies for achieving specific outcomes. It's future-focused rather than past-focused, which makes it particularly effective for people who want practical results. Art therapy uses creative expression to access and process emotions that might be difficult to reach through talking alone. The creative process itself becomes a tool for understanding and healing psychological material. But here's what most people don't realize. You encounter psychotechnologies constantly without recognizing them. Every advertisement is designed using psychological principles to influence your behavior. Social media platforms use behavioral psychology to keep you engaged. Even the way news is presented uses specific techniques to create emotional responses. The difference between being influenced unconsciously and using these tools deliberately for your own growth is awareness. When you understand how these techniques work, you can choose which ones serve your goals and protect yourself from manipulation. For personal development, different approaches work better for different people and different goals. If you want to understand deep patterns in your behavior, analytical approaches might be helpful. If you want to change specific habits quickly, behavioral techniques could be more effective. If you want to access creativity and intuition, expressive methods might work better. The key is matching the tool to your specific needs and personality. Someone who's highly analytical might benefit from cognitive approaches, while someone who's more intuitive might respond better to creative or somatic techniques. What's fascinating is how these different approaches often work together. Understanding yourself analytically can inform behavioral changes. Creative expression can reveal insights that pure analysis might miss. Body-based approaches can access information that thinking alone can't reach. The most effective people I work with aren't loyal to any single approach. They've learned to use whatever technique serves their current growth edge. They might use coaching strategies for goal achievement, mindfulness practices for emotional regulation, and analytical tools for understanding patterns. The important thing to remember is that you have the right to choose what influences your mind. You can learn these techniques and use them intentionally instead of being passively shaped by other people's agendas. If you're interested in learning more about how your mind can be influenced and how to use that knowledge for your own benefit, subscribe for more content on practical psychology. And share this with someone who's ready to take more control over their mental programming. Understanding these tools isn't about becoming manipulative, it's about becoming empowered to shape your own psychological experience intentionally.